Hello everyone, welcome to our channel and welcome to our first video. For this series, we're gonna take some celebrity scenes, specifically Ariana Grande, which you can see here practicing some programming, and we also have Nicki Minaj and Beyoncé as well, who will be traveling to Batuu to explore the Star Wars expansion pack. So I've downloaded these scenes from the gallery and I put them together in a household and moved them to this apartment in Samishuno. And instead of taking them to Batuu right away to start their adventures, I thought I would first give them some skills, develop a bit of their logic, rocket science like Nicki's doing right now, while Beyonce is using the punching bag to develop her fitness skills, and Ariana was practicing some programming before to, just things that I think are going to be useful in Batuu. It's a Star Wars world, so you think technology, you think droids, you think spaceships. So these were a few of the skills that I thought would be useful for them there and that I wanted to develop for at least for a little bit. I didn't go all the way because I wanted to get to the plane right away, so I just gave them 2 or 3 points in which one of these skills that I mentioned before. And I did that because I wanted them to actually stand a chance in Batuu, the events that are going to probably take place there. I expect them to require these skills. Like, I don't think they're gonna need lots of cooking or painting skills in Batuu. So after the training, Beyonce made the call and took everyone to Batuu for their adventure. And once we get there, there's a little welcoming message, and was already frustrated by the fact that they were put into these Star Wars outfits and not the ones that I designed for them, because I gave them some really cool outfits, even though I'm not a very good scene designer. So I tried to change their outfits to something that I thought would suit their personality a bit more. So immediately as I got there, I went to change their clothes. So here we have Nicki, and I'm just looking for something a bit more urban, a bit more her style. But like the options are very limited, right? So there aren't much to go around to begin with. So I was just trying a few different ones, like a top and some cargo pants for Nicki. And this is the best I could come up with. I know it's not awesome and it's not really her style, but I think for Beyonce I actually did a better job because I could find these nice blouse and a skirt in the matching color, and I think it's something that Beyonce would actually wear if she was in the Star Wars universe. And this is what I came up with. It kind of looks like a dress. And for Ari, I found this poncho that I thought was very suitable for her because she's always wearing these oversized clothes and the high boots, which are very much her style. So here's the 3 of them dressed for their time in Batuu with their new outfits that I could select, and in time we will unlock some more stuff and we'll be able to make them more couture, hopefully. So the first thing that they have to do is order food at this Anchorage Bay, so I'm just sending them to do that. And there's a nice menu with like Batuu options, so it's like alien soup or I don't know, monster barbecue, something like that. It's not the regular food that the Sims eat. And Beyonce got her food and decided to run away immediately. I have no idea where she's going right now, But on the way there, there seems to be a dead or sleeping stormtrooper, just on the floor doing their thing and taking a nap or whatever. They seem to be alive at least because the Grim Reaper is not around. So now it's back in the cantina. I brought Ari here because it was part of her aspirations to order a drink at this place. So we're gonna do just that in a minute. So let's just pick anything from the menu that is cheap because they don't have too much money to spend. Here in Batuu they have to spend these galactic credits instead of simoleons. And meanwhile, Nicki is having a chat with a stormtrooper. It seems to be an important one because it has the shoulder pad and everything. And she's just asking about the factions of Batuu, the scoundrels, the resistance, and the First Order, which are the three factions that you can affiliate with. And Beyonce just joined in to do the exact same thing because it's part of their first mission to ask a million times about these factions, so I was just doing that, and then also with these Sim here, which was flirting with Nicki very obviously. So I just spent a bunch of time asking everyone about these factions to finally complete the first mission for all three of them. And now it's time to travel to another one of the neighborhoods of Batuu to continue exploring there. So here's the map of Batuu, and then there are only 3 neighborhoods to explore, and I decided to first go to the First Order district because I wanted Nicki to join the First Order right away. I just thought it would be fun to have her join kind of like the evil faction and perhaps even make her a Sith Lord if that's even possible, so I'm gonna try to do just that to see if she can develop the Force. And to join the First Order, she actually needs to do a mission of spreading First Order propaganda across Batuu, so she needs to just go around talking to everybody and saying how awesome the First Order is. And then here she finished her first mission and she got some reputation for herself with Lieutenant Agnon. And apparently that also gives you a few items in your inventory, which probably are gonna be useful in the next missions or just doing stuff in Batuu in general. We're gonna give Nicki her next mission right away and go back to the cantina where Bey needs some rest, some beauty sleep, so we're gonna send her to the dwelling. While at the cantina, Ari is playing Sabbath, which seems to be the Star Wars version of poker. And it's part of her aspiration to win 5 matches. And we're gonna use the opportunity to flirt with some guys that are sitting at the table. And just hope Ari won't catch any feelings too soon. And meanwhile, at the bar, we spotted an actual cute guy, while this tortoise man is just feeling his oats at the dance floor. And Ari's stuck at this game of Sabak, she's gonna have to play like a million matches until she actually starts making some money out of it, but her addiction for Sabak will actually pay off at the end, because she's actually getting some credits from these losers right now. And Ari is going to join the Scoundrels, which is more the neutral faction of Batuu. And for that, she needs to first talk to this guy, challenge him to a game of Sabak, and she needs to win against him to be accepted in this faction of sort of mercenaries, the guys are not in the good or the bad side, they're just looking after themselves. and she lost. So better luck next time. We're actually going to challenge him again, hoping that she will win. But in the meantime, I'll take Nicki and Bey to the resistance camp, where, and by going there, Nicki's actually completing her aspiration, which involved visiting all three neighborhoods of Batuu. And we are also hoping that by going there, Beyonce will be able to join the resistance. So she's going to be with the good guys of Batuu, while Nicki's with the First Order and Ari's with the Scoundrels. So she's talking to this guy, he gives her her first mission, and then we're just gonna bring Ari here as well real quick. But it turns out she has a different aspiration, because she's the Galactic Corsair. So she doesn't need to actually visit all three neighborhoods of Batuu. She just needs to do missions for the Scoundrel. And in the meantime, Nicki's actually meeting the sim from the trailer, V Moradi. What is V short for? Maybe she's called like Vivian. I'm gonna call her Vivian because I like that better, okay? So Nicki's meeting Vivian and they're interacting a bit and just trying to build up their friendship, because I thought that maybe she could be useful in the future, to because she's in the trailer, she's important. And that's pretty much all that we had to do here in the resistance camp, so it's time to take them back to the First Order district. So Beyonce is just calling their Uber, and once we get there, she needs to look into these crates for loot. And Nicki's going back to Lieutenant Agnon to get her next mission. And Nicki's quickly rising through the ranks of the First Order. And so pretty soon she will get some more items and hopefully a cute outfit to go with it, so she doesn't have to use these basic beach clothes anymore. And then apparently Beyonce got caught by the lieutenant, and she's gonna have to beg to not be arrested. And she seemed to have convinced him, because he just gave her scolding or something and let her go without any further consequences. But she got caught again later inspecting the ship that she needed to scam, and so she's just showing some ID, when this guy's like, do you belong to the resistance or not? And she seems to convince him to, and to get away with it without much problems, aside from a tense moodlet from being checked. And it's a new day, and she's back at the First Order district, and Nicki needs to seal some crates and look for some scrap on these piles that show up in the map. And finally Beyonce concluded her aspiration while Nicki was delivering a package for Lieutenant Agnon. A lot of these missions apparently are just for you to play as a UPS delivery person or whatever. And for her next mission, Nicki needs to check IDs of the citizens of Batuu. And it turns out that if they belong to the resistance, because Nicki is in the First Order, once she identifies them, they got the fight. And that's just what's happening right now. And Nicki lost, unfortunately, and that woman really clocked her because she passed out immediately. But I managed to complete this mission, and Nicki got some new outfits, and we're going to try them right away. This is the First Order look, and it comes with a hat that we're also going to put on. And I think this look is sickening, and I think it fits Nicki very well. And that's the end of our first video. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like and to subscribe. And stay tuned because next week we'll continue this series with more of Nicki, Ari, and Bey exploring Batuu. Bye!